She doesn't deserve that promotion. That's what my sister whispered to my fiancé, so I exposed their affair and her fake charity at our parents' anniversary, with the FBI watching. My sister stole my promotion and my fiancé, so I exposed her fake charity scam at our parents' anniversary party. I never thought I'd be writing this. But I need to get this off my chest because I'm questioning everything I thought I knew about my family. 3 weeks ago, I discovered something that shattered my entire world, and now I'm planning something that might make me the villain in everyone else's story. My name is Victoria, I'm 32, and I work as Senior Marketing Director at my family's advertising firm, Blackwood & Associates. My younger sister Maya is 28, and she's always been the golden child Harvard graduate, runs a children's cancer charity, has 500K Instagram followers. Everyone adores her. I'm the responsible one who stayed home to help build the business while she traveled the world, finding herself. 2 months ago, our parents promised me the creative director position. I'd been working toward it for 8 years, putting in 60-hour weeks, sacrificing my social life. Then suddenly, they gave it to Maya instead. Their reasoning? I'm too emotionally unstable for leadership responsibilities. They showed me therapy receipts supposedly proving I'd been seeking treatment for anxiety and depression. I'd never seen those receipts before in my life. That's when things started unraveling. My fiancé, James, who's a lawyer, became distant and secretive. He'd disappear for hours, claiming work emergencies. Last month, I found a burner phone in his jacket pocket. The messages made my stomach drop. Maya, can't wait to see you tonight. Tora is working late again. James, she has no idea. After the anniversary party, we can finally be together. Maya, poor Tora. She really thinks she deserves that promotion. There were months of messages. They'd been planning this entire thing. Maya had convinced our parents I was unstable by forging those therapy documents. She'd been sleeping with my fiancé for 6 months. But the worst part? I kept reading. The charity Maya runs, Hope for Little Heroes, raises money for children with cancer. Except the financial records on that phone showed something horrifying. She's been embezzling donations to fund her luxury lifestyle. Designer bags, expensive vacations, bribes to company board members, all paid for with money meant for dying children. I spent 3 sleepless nights going through everything. Bank transfers, fake medical records, even photos of sick children she'd stolen from other charity websites. She'd built her entire reputation on the suffering of families who trusted her with their last hope. Here's where I might be the asshole. Instead of confronting them immediately, I decided to wait. Our parents' 30th wedding anniversary party is this weekend. 200 guests from high society, all the people who worship Maya as this perfect angel of mercy. I'm going to expose everything in front of everyone. I've copied all the evidence, contacted the families whose children's photos she stole, even reached out to an investigative journalist. I want to destroy her the same way she tried to destroy me. I want everyone to see who she really is, but I keep thinking about my parents. This will humiliate them. Their golden child will go to prison. Their business reputation might not survive the scandal. James will lose his law license. Maya's charity donors will lose faith in all charitable organizations. My best friend Rachel thinks I'm doing the right thing. She's a pediatric nurse who's seen children die from the same cancers Maya claims to fight against. She says those families deserve justice. My Aunt Dorothy, who never liked Maya, is helping me plan everything. But everyone else thinks Maya walks on water. The anniversary party is in 4 days. I have hotel reservations, a speech prepared, and FBI Financial Crimes Unit on standby. Maya has no idea what's coming. She's been posting on Instagram about how excited she is to celebrate family love and loyalty. I could still back down. I could confront them privately, maybe work out some kind of arrangement. But every time I think about those sick children, about the families who donated their rent money believing they were helping save lives, I get angry all over again. So Reddit, am I the asshole for planning to destroy my sister's life in front of our entire family? She stole everything from me, but everyone thinks she's an angel. Part of me wonders if I'm just as manipulative as she is for planning this public humiliation. But another part of me thinks some people deserve to fall from grace exactly as publicly as they built their fake pedestals. What would you do? We will talk in the next update. Update 1. Reddit, I'm back with an update that somehow made this situation even more twisted than I originally thought. The anniversary party is this weekend, and what I've discovered in the past 2 weeks has convinced me that Maya isn't just an opportunistic thief, she's been orchestrating this for years. First, thank you to everyone who responded to my original post. Reading your comments gave me the strength to keep digging instead of backing down. Several of you suggested hiring a private investigator, so I did. What Detective Morrison found made my blood run cold. Maya's charity scam isn't just about stealing donations. She's been running a sophisticated operation with multiple fake identities across 3 states. The Hope for Little Heroes charity is registered in Delaware, but she's also operating Angels for Children in Nevada and Miracle Kids Foundation in Florida. Same fake photos of sick children, same heartbreaking stories, different bank accounts. We're talking about over $2 million stolen from families who were already drowning in medical bills. But here's the part that really got to me. Detective Morrison traced some of the donations back to their sources. One family, the Hendersons, sold their house and moved into a trailer to donate $50,000 after their daughter Emma died of leukemia. They believed Maya's charity would help other children avoid their tragedy. Emma's photo is still on Maya's website, listed as a success story, who's now cancer-free and thriving. Emma has been dead for 3 years. I called Mrs. Henderson. She cried when I told her what Maya had done. She said they'd been living on food stamps, believing their sacrifice had meaning. That phone call broke something inside me. This isn't about revenge anymore, it's about justice for people like the Hendersons. The investigation also revealed how deep James's involvement goes. His law firm, Rodriguez and Associates, has been laundering Maya's stolen money through fake legal settlements. They created fictional clients with cancer-related lawsuits, then settled these cases by transferring charity funds into James's trust accounts. He's not just cheating on me, he's a full partner in defrauding cancer families. I also learned more about Maya's manipulation tactics with our parents. She didn't just forge those therapy receipts about me. She's been systematically undermining my credibility for 2 years. She hired an actor to call our parents pretending to be my therapist, expressing concern about my mental state. She planted prescription bottles in my desk at work. She even staged a fake panic attack at a family dinner, then blamed me for triggering her stress. My parents aren't just innocent victims here either. When I confronted them with some of the evidence, they admitted they'd had concerns about Maya's charity, but chose to ignore them because it brought prestige to our family name. Dad actually said, "Sometimes you have to overlook small irregularities for the greater good." Small irregularities, $2 million stolen from grieving families. The anniversary party planning has become surreal. Maya keeps texting me about her speech, how she wants to honor the family legacy of helping others. She's planning to announce her engagement to James during the toast. She even asked me to be her maid of honor, saying she knows this has been hard for me, but she hopes I can find happiness for them. I've been working with investigative journalist Sarah Chen, who's planning to livestream the entire confrontation. The FBI Financial Crimes Unit will have agents stationed around the venue. We've contacted every family whose children's photos Maya stole, and 12 of them are flying in to attend the party. Mrs. Henderson will be there, wearing a locket with Emma's photo. My friend Rachel has been incredible through all this. She's helped me document everything, even reached out to her contacts at Children's Hospital to verify which kids in Maya's photos are real patients versus stock photos. Rachel lost 2 patients to the same type of leukemia Maya claims to cure, so this is personal for her too. Aunt Dorothy, bless her heart, has been my secret weapon. Turns out she's been suspicious of Maya for years, but never had proof. She's a retired federal judge, so she knows exactly how to handle evidence preservation. She's also been feeding Maya false information about my mental health struggles to keep her overconfident. The hardest part has been maintaining normal relationships while knowing what I know. Maya called me yesterday, crying about wedding stress, asking for my advice on flowers. James brought me coffee this morning and kissed my forehead, telling me he loves me. I wanted to scream. But I keep thinking about Emma Henderson, about all the children whose suffering Maya has monetized. I think about the families who went bankrupt believing they were saving lives. Maya has built her entire identity on their pain, and she's been celebrated for it. The party is in 3 days. Maya has no idea what's coming. She posted on Instagram yesterday, Can't wait to celebrate 30 years of love with my amazing family. Sometimes the best surprises come when you least expect them. Blessed family love grateful. She has no idea how right she is about surprises. I'll update you all after this weekend. Wish me luck, Reddit. I'm about to find out if the truth really does set you free or if it just burns everything down. Update 2. Reddit, I'm writing this from my lawyer's office at 2 a.m. because the last 48 hours have been absolutely insane. Maya somehow figured out I was investigating her, and she decided to strike first. What happened yesterday was so calculated and vicious that I'm honestly impressed by her strategic thinking, even while I'm terrified of what she's capable of. 2 days ago, I noticed Maya acting strange. She kept asking weird questions about my work schedule, whether I'd been feeling okay lately, if I'd been taking any new medications. I should have realized she was fishing for information, but I was so focused on finalizing plans for the anniversary party that I didn't see it coming. Yesterday morning, I walked into what I thought was a normal family breakfast. Instead, I found my parents, James, Maya, and Dr. Patricia Wells, a psychiatrist I'd never met, all sitting around our dining room table looking at me with those concerned, pitying expressions that make your skin crawl. "Sweetheart," Mom said, "we need to talk about getting you some help." Maya had spent the previous week building a case that I was having a complete mental breakdown. She told our parents I'd been calling her at all hours, making paranoid accusations about her charity and her relationship with James. She produced text messages I'd supposedly sent her, threatening to destroy her life and claiming she was stealing from sick children. The messages looked exactly like my writing style, but I never sent them. She'd also somehow gotten hold of prescription bottles with my name on them: anxiety medication, antipsychotics, sleeping pills. She told everyone she'd found them hidden in my office desk and was worried about an overdose. The bottles were real prescriptions, filled at pharmacies I'd never visited, with a doctor's signature I'd never seen. Dr. Wells explained that Maya had contacted her, expressing concern about my deteriorating mental state. She had documentation of my supposed delusions, including my belief that Maya was running a fake charity and seducing my fiancé. She recommended immediate inpatient psychiatric treatment for my own safety. James, my own fiancé, sat there nodding along. He told everyone he'd been walking on eggshells around me, that I'd accused him of cheating with no evidence, that he was scared I might hurt myself or others. He had legal papers, ready documents to have me declared mentally incompetent, giving him power of attorney over my assets. I realized this wasn't just about discrediting me. Maya needed me legally incapacitated before the anniversary party. If I was committed to a psychiatric facility, I couldn't expose her. If James had power of attorney, he could access all my evidence and destroy it. That's when Aunt Dorothy saved my life. "Well," she said, walking into the dining room with a cup of coffee, "this is fascinating. Patricia, dear, do you always make house calls for involuntary commitments?" Turns out, Aunt Dorothy had been recording everything from the kitchen. She'd suspected Maya might try something like this, so she'd been documenting our family interactions for weeks. She also recognized Dr. Wells. They'd worked together on a case years ago where Wells had her license temporarily suspended for falsifying psychiatric evaluations. "Dorothy," Maya said, her voice tight, "Tori needs help. We're trying to save her life." "Are you?" Dorothy pulled out her phone and played back Maya's voice from the recording. "If we can get her committed by Thursday, she won't be able to cause problems at the party. James can handle her finances, and we can control the narrative." The room went dead silent. Maya's perfect mask slipped for just a second, and I saw something cold and calculating in her eyes that I'd never noticed before. "You're recording us?" Mom asked, looking hurt. "I'm protecting my niece from a sociopath," Dorothy replied calmly. "Patricia, I believe your license is still under review by the state board. I wonder how they'd feel about this little performance." Dr. Wells left immediately. James started backtracking, claiming he was just trying to help, that maybe he'd misunderstood the situation. Maya switched tactics, suddenly becoming the concerned sister again. "Tori, I'm sorry if this felt like an ambush. I'm just worried about you. These accusations you've been making about my charity, about James and me, they're not based in reality. I love you, and I want to help you get better." I looked around the room at these people I'd trusted my entire life. My parents, who were willing to have me committed based on Maya's lies. James, who was ready to steal my assets and betray everything we'd built together. Maya, who could lie with such conviction that she almost had me questioning my own sanity. The anniversary party is tomorrow, I said quietly. I'll be there. Maya's smile faltered. Maybe you should rest instead. You've been under so much stress. I wouldn't miss it for the world. After everyone left, Dorothy and I spent the evening reviewing our evidence one more time. She'd been building her own case against Maya, using her legal connections to verify the charity fraud. She also revealed something that made my blood boil. Maya had tried to have me committed once before, 2 years ago, but Dorothy had blocked it by threatening to expose Maya's first charity scam. She's been planning this for years, Tori. You were always the threat to her perfect image. The responsible one, the one who actually worked for everything she had. She needed you out of the way to fully take over the family business and reputation. We've moved the timeline up. Instead of waiting for Maya's speech tomorrow night, we're going to expose everything during the cocktail hour, when all the guests are still sober enough to understand what they're hearing. Sarah Chen will be live streaming from multiple angles. The FBI agents are already in position. Maya texted me an hour ago. I'm so glad we worked things out today. Family is everything. Tomorrow will be perfect. She has no idea that 12 families whose children she exploited are already checked into hotels nearby. Mrs. Henderson brought Emma's medical records and death certificate. The Rodriguezes brought photos of their son Miguel, whose image Maya used to raise $200,000 for a life-saving surgery that never happened because Miguel had already been dead for 5 years. I'm not sleeping tonight. Tomorrow, either Maya goes down or I do. But after what happened today, after seeing how far she's willing to go to destroy me, I know there's no going back. The anniversary party is in 18 hours. Maya thinks she's won. She's about to learn that sometimes the prey fights back. Update 3. Reddit, I'm still processing what happened at the anniversary party, but I promised you an update. What was supposed to be a celebration of my parents' 30-year marriage turned into the most dramatic night of my life. The Grandview Country Club looked perfect: white roses, string quartet, champagne flowing. 200 influential people mingling while Maya worked the room in her cream silk dress, introducing James as her fiancé. She kept giving me concerned, sisterly smiles, completely confident she'd neutralized me after that psychiatric ambush. At 7:30 during cocktails, I walked to the front and asked the quartet to stop playing. Conversations died as people turned to look at me. Maya went pale. Good evening. Before dinner, I want to share something about my sister Maya's incredible charity work. Maya started toward me, but Dorothy and Rachel blocked her path. Sarah Chen was live streaming from 3 angles, FBI agents positioned near exits. Many of you donated to Maya's charity, Hope for Little Heroes, believing you were helping children with cancer. Tonight, I want you to meet some of those families. Mrs. Henderson stood up, wearing Emma's photo and a locket. The Rodriguezes rose, holding Miguel's picture. One by one, 12 families whose children Maya had exploited stood throughout the room. These families trusted Maya with their children's stories. They donated life savings, believing they were helping other kids. Instead, Maya stole their children's identities, used their photos without permission, and pocketed donations meant for cancer research. The room erupted. Maya broke free, rushing toward me with tears streaming. Tori, please stop. You're having another episode. Everyone, my sister, has mental health issues. She's been making paranoid accusations. I played the recording from her burner phone, her voice clear through the sound system. Poor Tori, she really thinks she deserves that promotion. After the anniversary party, we can finally be together, James. James tried to leave, but FBI agent Martinez blocked him. Mr. Rodriguez, we need to discuss financial irregularities at your law firm. Maya's composure shattered. You don't understand. I built something beautiful. I gave people hope. So what if some money went elsewhere? I was doing good work. Mrs. Henderson walked forward, voice shaking but determined. My daughter Emma died 3 years ago. We sold our house and donated $50,000 because you said it would help other children. You're still using her photo, claiming she's alive and cancer-free. You built your empire on my dead child's face. Complete silence except for Maya's sobbing. She looked around at faces now filled with disgust. I'm not a bad person. I help people. I'm the good daughter. Dad walked to the microphone, face gray with shame. We owe everyone an apology. We knew something wasn't right with Maya's charity but chose to look away because it brought prestige. We failed those children and failed Tori by not protecting her from Maya's manipulation. Maya stared at our parents in shock. "You're supposed to protect me. I'm your daughter too." "You're a criminal," Dad replied. "We won't be complicit anymore." The FBI arrested Maya and James right there. As they led her away in handcuffs, Maya looked back with pure hatred. "You think you've won? You destroyed our family for strangers' dead kids. You're just as selfish as I am." But watching that police car drive away, I felt something unexpected, not satisfaction, just overwhelming sadness for the sister I thought I knew, who maybe never existed. The aftermath has been intense. Maya's arrest made national news because of the live stream. The FBI recovered $1.8 million for legitimate cancer research and defrauded families. Maya faces 15-20 years for wire fraud, money laundering, and identity theft. James lost his law license. Blackwood and Associates is probably finished. Most clients terminated contracts, but maybe that's for the best. We built our reputation on Maya's fake charity work. The most unexpected development has been with Marcus Thompson, our CFO. He'd been investigating Maya's irregularities independently and has been incredibly supportive. We've been spending time together, and something real might be developing. My parents and I are in therapy, rebuilding trust and understanding how we missed Maya's manipulation. The hardest realization is that Maya fundamentally lacks empathy. The sister I loved was largely performance. But I've learned something about myself. I spent years seeking approval from people who were manipulating me. I'm done with that. I'm learning to trust my instincts, value genuine relationships over family obligations, and stand up for what's right. Maya was right about one thing: I am selfish. Selfish enough to believe dead children's memories matter more than family reputation. Selfish enough to think grieving families deserve better than exploitation. Selfish enough to want a life built on truth instead of lies. Sometimes the people who hurt us most are the ones we'd never suspect. Trust your instincts, document everything, and remember the truth always comes out. You just have to be brave enough to help it along. Thank you for being with me through this, Reddit. I couldn't have done it without you.